Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Chi here, and I'm going to do an energy reading for the lunar eclipse in Taurus we have coming up very soon. It will be Scorpio season tomorrow, so shout out to all the Scorpios. Happy birthday, and shout out to the Taurus moons as well, because that's the next moon phase that we're moving towards. So I went through the traditional Rider-Waite deck, and I pulled out all of the tens. So I have the Ten of Swords. We know Swords is air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. The Ten of Wands, which is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Ten of Cups, water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And the Ten of Pentacles, earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I also pulled out the Wheel of Fortune, which is the number 10 card in the tarot. In the Moonology deck, I pulled out the full moon in Taurus, which is the full moon phase we'll have next. And lastly, from my Sacred Geometry Oracle deck, I pulled out the number 10 card, which is the Authority card. Okay, so this is something I started, I believe, last month, where I choose a number and I focus on that number and I pull out all of the cards. Like last month, I did the number 9. So I want to say that the Hermit card and all the number 9 cards. So if you're interested in number 9 numerology, if you're interested to see what that reading looks like, I encourage you to go back to my live tabs and watch that video. Okay, so for this video, we're focused on the number 10, okay, because we are in the 10th month. We are in October. We just wrapped up Libra season. Shout out to all of the Libras. Happy birthday to the Libra Scorpio cuspers. So with this October energy, we're shifting from airy Libra season into watery Scorpio. And, moving towards the end of this year, we're winding down to the last few months of 2023. And we not long ago shifted from the summer season into fall. So lots of changes going on. We just had the solar eclipse a few days ago, and now we have the lunar eclipse coming up. So we are in eclipse season. Eclipse, the energy is very potent and lingers for a while, okay? And these changes with eclipses, it usually go for about 18 months, okay? So with eclipses, it is about long-standing changes, dramatic changes, life changes, major life shifts, transformations, any type of pivotal, major life pivot. Okay, like literally, it could be an unexpected death. It could be a pregnancy announcement that you wasn't planning for. It can be freak accidents, unexpected firings, layoffs. Just stuff that's just like, what? It'll just have you feeling like that type of energy, okay? So in looking at the first one, Ten of Swords, okay, this is air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And just looking at the card, we see that this person is at the end of the road, if you will. With the number 10, if you go from number 0 to 10, 10 is pretty much the end, right? It's the number of completion. 10 is also comprised of the numbers 1 and 0. Okay, 0 represents that portal, that circle, the beginning, if you will. Just like how I have this ring light here, providing lighting, that circle is a portal, even though it's an O, a 0, whatever. That opening, okay, signifies the portal energy for creation, a new beginning, the birth of something. And with that 1, it's you being number 1, you being priority, you being first. Self is 1. So it's putting yourself through this portal. It's putting yourself through this growth, this period of transformation, okay? Putting yourself through this expectation of going through something, right? So with the number 10, when it comes to the swords, right? This person, all of the swords are in their back, okay? We see that the skies are dark, like as if to show that, doom and gloom, maybe even death is here, right? Because who's coming back from these Ten of Swords? So it's the energy of finality, something being done, finished. The war is over in a sense, the battle is done. There's no fighting back with this, it's a little bit of surrender because nine is the number of surrender, right? So when it goes to the 10, it's like that wrapping up, that conclusion, okay? Very much conclusion energy. Um, so now that this is done, we can focus on something else, right? There's no more fight to be had here. There's no more struggle, no more pain, because again, it's done, it's finished. And even though it may have been a painful journey, even though it may have been painful even in this instance, there's no additional pain to be had with this. So the Ten of Swords, this could be putting it into harmful mindsets. This could be putting it into a long-standing lie you've told yourself that's caused mental disturbances. This can be the end of mental, not the end of mental illness, but just really putting it into destructive thinking patterns. Okay, so like I said, when you're done with something that has caused you mental grief, when you're done with a situation that has caused you mental distress, that has caused you emotional turmoil, it's an opportunity to heal, right? It's an opportunity to get to the truth. It's an opportunity to start over, because even though it's dark in that card, the sun is always going to rise, right? No matter how dark your night may be, the sun is always going to rise and the moon is always going to rise again. So we can't run away from the dark days. We can't escape the light. It's always going to show itself. What's done in the dark will always be revealed in the light. And this could be this energy as well. So with us moving into Scorpio season, Scorpio is all about getting down to the nitty gritty, rehashing previous emotions, bringing repressed or suppressed emotions back to the surface to be dealt with. Because I'm sure we all can recall an instance where you may have been more defensive than you should have been, all because you don't want somebody prying into your business and they may be asking the right questions or too many questions to where it makes you feel like, hold up now, like, look now, back up, stop trying to pry into my business. So with this Ten of Swords energy, it's an opportunity just to be done with a situation that has caused mental anguish, that may have included lies, jealousy, deceit, miscommunications, arguing, berating each other back and forth, disrespecting each other back and forth, just being done with that, okay? And again, when you go through these situations where you just feel emotionally exhausted, when you feel mentally worn out when it comes to like trying to communicate with other people and expressing yourself, learn from the situation. Make sure that when it comes to improving your communication, that you're listening to learn, you're listening to respond, and not just reacting. Not listening at all. Make sure you're being an active listener. Make sure you're also paying attention to what's not being said, because Scorpio energy is very perceptive. Scorpio energy is very sensitive and observant. Okay, so be mindful of your communication styles, okay? For some of you, you may be communicating in a more aggressive way because Mars is in Scorpio right now, and I want to say Mercury is in Scorpio now as well. So with this lunar eclipse and Taurus that we have coming up, there may be this rough communication style that comes up with some people, because again, when those uncomfortable truths rise to the surface and they're right in your face to be dealt with, it can make some people uncomfortable. It can make some people want to tap out and just be done and to just surrender and to just give in and to quit. Okay, this could also be quitting energy. Okay, like not even necessarily finishing the job, but just quitting, and that's the end, right? Because that's an end as well. That's a conclusion. It doesn't mean you have to necessarily finish it or do it right. Quitting is also an ending. So consider what needs to be quit. Or maybe recently you did quit something and that has been replaying in your head over and over again. So if that is you, I want you to take some time to consider why you're still giving it thought, because if you quit, it's done, right? The decision has been made. So if there's something that's constantly bothering you, annoying you, consider why. Why don't you have peace on the decision you made for yourself? And make sure when it comes to your decisions that it has some practicality to it. Make sure that it has some type of um, staying power. You know, you don't want to just have your ideas and your plans of action just floating in your head. You want to ground them in some kind of way. You want to make it tangible and real and something to believe in. So really put those boots on the ground, meet people, have the conversations, make the phone calls, show up for the meetings, involve yourself in the inner exchange to make it real. Okay, like if there's an event you need to go to because you need to network with the right people, show up. That's part of making the dream real. Actually seeing the people that you need to work with or want to work with, actually making contact. And give yourself a sense of authority and knowing that you can communicate well. You can show up and act like you've been somewhere. You can walk into a room like you belong there. You don't always have to wait for the invitation or wait for the permission or the invitation to come in. You could all there are times, time and place with everything, but there are times where you can kind of take a Taurus approach and just really be bold and confident in walking into situations that you want, going for what you want. If you want it, go for it. If you have such a sensual connection to something, because Taurus is very much a sensual sign. It's very much in tune with the senses, okay? So if you like what you see, if you want to immerse yourself in that experience, then understand that it's going to require you to take it from your mind and to bring it into your body, okay? So moving to the Ten of Wands. Again, this is fire energy. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and this is about being burnt out, right? The Ace of Wands is that initial spark, it's that initial energy, that initial sense of passion of wanting to do something, of being excited about something, of dedicating your firepower towards something. But when we get to the 10, we are burnt out. We've done as much as we can do. We are bored even. We don't want to put up with any more crap. We don't want to deal with whatever comes with this burden, okay? This is feeling like labor is taking a toll on you. This can feel like you're fed up with the situation. This can feel like, you know what, I know there was some growth here, but it's not enough growth. And I just want to lay these burdens down. I just want to close this chapter. I just want to be done. It's like that energy of like, you know what, I have no more fight in me. You win. You got it. I don't even want anything in the divorce. You can have it all. It's that energy. It's, you know what, girl, if you want him, you can have him. Okay. Because I don't even want him back. If he's going to cheat on me once, he'll do it again. You can have him. I don't even want to fight over him. With you, so that Ten of Wands is making the wise choice to be done with something. And this could be a graceful bow out, if there's some contention between two people that are very comparable in an effort to just maintain the peace or to just maintain your dignity. One person may choose to gracefully bow out, remove themselves from the situation so there isn't any more contention. And sometimes it's like the energy of choosing your battles as well, right? Because sometimes to win the war, sometimes to get the bigger goal, to catch the bigger fish, to to get the main prize, sometimes you have to give in to the little battles on the way. Not every argument has to be won. Not everybody has to see every single time that you're right, or that you're the best option, or that you are a good person. That doesn't always have to be proven, and it's always not your burden to carry. It's not always your cross to carry, to show and prove all the time. Sometimes, arguments happen where you may have expressed yourself more passionately than you would have liked, because you're very in control of your energy and how you present yourself to the world. But this particular argument just took you a little more passionately and a little more angry than you would have liked. And because of that will to let go, or that losing of control, now people have a deeper, greater respect for you, because they see, wow, they do have passion, they do have fire, they do have energy, they do give a damn. So sometimes when you just lose control of the fire, it actually works in your favor. So if you have been really uptight and trying to be perfect and trying to just keep your claws dug into situations and people, and worrying yourself because you're trying to control all the moving pieces, I want you to consider how exhausted you are, okay? Because I can imagine how exhausting that would be, to just trying to control everything. Sometimes the chips need to fall where they may. Something that we all can learn from fire signs is their ability to check energy in the moment. Because I know for a lot of us, if we sense an argument coming, we may want to change the subject, or get people laughing, get people distracted from the potential argument, or maybe even leave the room, remove ourselves from the situation. But in essence, the end goal is to not have an argument, right? Most of us don't like to engage in conflict. But for some of us, you don't care. And it's also a time and place depending on what it is. So with that 10 of Wands, it could be a graceful bow out. It can be picking your battles, conceding, like with elections and stuff. The loser has to concede to say, you know what, I'll move with the crowd in congratulating you as the new winner, my opponent. So 10 of Wands is also just understanding what's worth the energy, what's worth the effort, what's worth the fight, what's worth the pushback. Not everybody deserves your energy. Not everybody deserves an explanation. Not everybody deserves your effort and your love and how much you show up for them, because have they shown up for you? One comment that's been staying with me: don't be the go-to person for somebody that you can't go to. Okay. If you know that you're a people pleaser, if you know you like being there for people, you like showing up, you like showing how dependable you are, how supportive you are, how, people could just reach out to you when they need you, consider why you do that and where you're operating from within that space, because you want to make sure that you're mindful of how you put yourself out there, because there are takers in the world. There are people that are on this world to simply show you what it's like when you don't put up boundaries, what it means to get got. There are some people that literally take joy in taking from others. So that's why we just have to make sure we're being mindful of when that's happening. And sometimes when we don't quit situations that are unhealthy for us, we end up in these situations. Okay, so if you know that you have been burdened with something, you've been burdened with someone, a job, a project, some type of commitment, an assignment, something that you just don't have your heart in it anymore, you don't have the passion for it anymore, you don't have the desire, consider if it's time to, do a graceful bow out, to take even a break. Even taking a break and just quitting for a little bit doesn't mean you can't revisit it in the future. And sometimes ego can get the best of us, and we say, no, I got it, I can still do it, I can still do it, I got it. And you're so busy on trying to prove a point, so busy on trying to show that your ego is strong and it's not a quitter, that you end up doing more harm than good. So consider those situations where, you should listen to your body, you should stop, you should take a break, but you don't. And you keep going, you keep doing the thing, you keep exerting the energy, and now you've strained yourself. Now you have an injury. Now the situation has been made worse. So you just consider what's worth it, what's worth the energy, what's worth the fight, what's worth the pushback, okay? Because everything isn't gonna help you grow. Everything, there are some things that can actually hold you back if you give it that power. But once you take your power back to say, you know what, I don't deserve to feel like this. Let me take my power back to say, I don't deserve to feel like this. I don't deserve to be treated this way. I'm going to quit the situation. I'm going to quit this relationship. I'm going to quit this person so that I can focus on something else. The sooner you take yourself away from a stressful situation, the sooner you have the mental space and the energetic space to focus on something else, which brings us to the 10 of Cups. This is like a happily ever after card. This is a healthy relationship. This is a healthy relationship that has the power to create. This is a healthy relationship that is looking in the same direction. They're on the same page. They are focused on standing in their truth. They are open to healing all of the chakras. It's about financial security, emotional fulfillment, communication, honest, open communication, expressing love, standing in your divine feminine, standing in your divine masculine, and honoring the opposites of each other. The 10 of Cups is what we should all be striving for, to find love and to be ourselves unapologetically and to be seen for who we are, loved, nurtured, and appreciated for who we are. So with the 10 of Cups, how we get there is the Ace of Cups. You have to start with the first cup, which is you. You are the first cup. You have to make sure that you have something that people want. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you like to be around people that make you feel bad? Do you like being around people that are emotionally unavailable? I know I don't. Emotionally unavailable people in which they have a cup that's empty. They have a cup with little to nothing to offer. They don't even have something to offer themselves, let alone to someone else. So an emotionally unavailable person is someone that has an empty cup, okay? And, they're starved. They're starved of that water. They're starved of that emotion, that emotional connection with someone else. And because they don't feel it for themselves, they can't receive it when it's being offered to them from someone else. Or if they can receive it, they may not appreciate it. They may not recognize it. For some people, they've never experienced love before. For some people, they've never experienced healthy love before. And that's not your fault. That's not necessarily their fault. It's nobody's fault. It is. It's just one of the things that comes with life. But just because you never experienced it before doesn't mean you have to be totally dismissive of any and all offers being extended. So if you're a lover, if you love love, you're excited for love, and you have so much love you want to give, if you give a love to someone and they are very clear in disrespecting you, very clear in not reciprocating your love, very clear in not acknowledging your love, be clear on that. Check that for what it is. Because after you choose to accept that over a period of time, you're saying that that's okay and you don't deserve that, okay? If you're a lover, you need to know that you deserve a lover as well. If you're a lover, you're not responsible to try to heal every single person that you want to be in a relationship with, because then they become a project. Then they become an assignment. Yes, we're here helping each other to evolve, and we're here loving each other through the different phases and seasons and everything. We're coming and going. Some of us are staying longer than others. But if you want a partner, don't make them your project, like, because you're your project. Remember, you're the Ace of Cups. You're the priority. You have to make sure that you're always doing the energetic work to make sure you're healing, so that you can show up with something to offer, and you can also nurture, sustain yourself with the emotional healing when that healthy partner comes in, because that's not their job to constantly fill your cup, just like it's not your job to constantly fill their cup. So if to make sure that you're doing it for yourself, how do you fill your own cup? You do things that you love. Okay, you do things that make you smile, do things that are healthy, that are good for your mind, body, and spirit, that help you to operate from your spirit. It may be dancing, painting, writing, singing, creating in some kind of way, working on your arts and crafts. It may be working, just earning money, making sales. That could be what gets you going. It could be spending time with your pets, with your animals, spending time in your community, spending time volunteering. There are many different ways to get your excitement going, to get you feeling spirited. So make sure you know what those things are. When someone comes in and they offer to take you out on a date, have an idea of what you want to do. Don't just say, oh, I don't care, whatever you want to do. Have some sense of identity about yourself, so know what you love, know what you like to do. With Scorpio season, hopefully you'll have some moment of nostalgia where you're reminded, where a core memory is unlocked for you, where you remember, oh my God, I love this song. It makes me feel so good. Oh my God, I totally forgot about that movie. I used to watch this movie all the time and it makes me feel so good. Oh wow, I forgot about that person. We used to do this together. Wow, I remember how much it used to make me feel good. So may you be blessed with a core memory unlocked. But go back and do things that you love, and do more of the things that you love. Be with people that love you. Be with people that you love. Be with people that respect you and that you respect. Um, and on the opposite side of that, stop putting yourself around people that clearly hate you. Stop putting yourself around people that make you feel like they're stabbing you in the back. Stop putting yourself around people that's always emotionally dumping on you and putting you in uncomfortable situations. Stop putting yourself around people that always make you feel like you have to fight back, where you have to be so defensive, where you feel like it's an army against one. Put yourself around people that receive you, that are excited to see you, that are arms wide open with a hug, that are giving you eye contact because they respect you and they're meaning you well, and they are speaking with honest, good intentions. Put yourself around people that's looking up, not because they head hanging down, because they're in sorrow and despair, or they're a walking zombie. They're not even in tune with life. They're not even being present. Okay, don't put yourself around people that have no goals, where they're not getting excited about your good news. You want to put yourself around people that's just as excited and delighted about life, if not more. Okay, iron sharpens iron. You water me, I water you. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. So make sure you understand who you are and what you need, so that when good people come into your life, when you attract good people, because you are a good person, right? So when you attract good people in your world, and they say to you, hey, how can I add value to your life? How can I make you feel better? What can I do to make you smile? What can I do to make your life a little easier? You have something to say. You say, exactly, you know what? Would you mind coming over and helping me with this thing for my business? And I'm mentally stuck, but I could really use your help with that. Or, actually, could you accompany me to this event? I need a plus one and I would really like your company. Like, whatever you need, make sure you're taking care of your needs. So when there is a deficiency, so when there is a lack, when you start to see that your reserves are getting lower, when you start to see that you're running out of resources, and that divine angel comes into your world and they say, hey, what can I do to make your life a little better? You can say, you know what? I really need help with this. Okay. When you're taking care of your needs, when you're assuming the authority to say, you know what, I know what I'm feeling. I know what makes me feel good. I know what doesn't make me feel good. I know who I want to be. I know who I don't want to be. I know who I no longer want to be, what I no longer resonate with. I know, I feel, okay? I trust myself. You want to make sure that You're giving yourself that authority and that respect to say, you know what, I do make practical decisions. I do move in a practical way. So I can trust my emotions. I can trust what I'm feeling. I can trust that I can read people and I can feel their energy as well. Okay. When we do the energetic work to heal, we attract other people that are also healing, that are also doing good things, you know? So as we continue to love and be loved and allow ourselves to be supported and cared for, we just attract more of that energy and hopefully, Lord willing, eventually attract that 10 of cups energy of feeling love, of feeling supported, feeling happy about life, feeling delighted about what's to come, excited for good news, always in anticipation of good news. And when we continue to lean into that energy of what feels good, doing what feels good, being around people that makes us feel good, and we're nurturing each other, we're feeding each other, sharing our dreams, sharing resources, we start to build something here, you know, building relationships, building businesses, you know, manifesting $1 million ideas into $1 million businesses, investing in ourselves. As we continue to invest in ourselves, other people that also invest in themselves take note, they see you, and they say, hey, that person takes good care of themselves like I do. I want to be around them. I see that person is investing in their art. I see that person, they're investing in their business. I see that person, they're investing in their body. They're investing in their beauty, and I respect that. I want to be around them. Wow, I see that person really cares about their health and wellness. I respect that. Let me be around them. As you continue to invest in yourself, other people that also invest in themselves take note. And when people know their power, when people that know their power come together, magic happens. When people that know their power decide to show up, decide to stand up and to be seen and to be respected, people respect that. Okay. And other people that's in that same energy can be attracted to them, you know? So when it comes to your vision, what you have in your mind, that's yours. That's your gift. Praise God. Thank you. I receive, I receive, I receive. Um, make sure that the investments you make every single day make sense. The investment of what time to go to sleep, because you know that it's going to affect what time you wake up. Investing, whether to fast for breakfast or to eat a little something before you work out. What's the investment there? Invest in the shoes, because you know that if you don't have quality footwear, you're not going to the gym. You're not going to do the workout at the highest and best of your ability. So those little decisions we make every day, the decision to chat with this person for 10 minutes or 30 minutes, the extra 20 minutes can really do a number on your energy, which can affect what you're doing after that, making again, just those small investments, those small decisions, deciding where to spend your money, um, deciding where to donate your time, where to donate your energy. Everything is an energy exchange, right? Hopefully you've liked this video by now. If you've watched this song, give me a like, please. Give me a comment, please. Let me know what's resonating. But with the Pentacles, it's energy. It's something that's tangible. It's what you can see. It's what can be felt. Money, dirt, a building. Okay, Pentacles energy is for show. Okay, is what you can see. It can be felt. It can be experienced. Okay, it's not like air where where it's there, but you just can't like grab it. Right? Pentacles energy, you can grab it. So when it comes to your wealth and your resources, this lunar eclipse is really going to highlight that, because it is going to be in Scorpio season, but the full moon is going to be in Taurus. Taurus and Scorpio are sister signs, earthy Taurus, watery Scorpio. And Scorpio is the 8th house, because we have 12 zodiac signs. We have 12 houses. The first house is Aries, because it's the first sign. Second house is Taurus, because it's the second sign. So Taurus rules the second house, which is about finances, your sense of self-worth, money, okay? And Scorpio is about other people's money, investments, what has manifested with the money that was earned in the Taurus energy, okay? Contracts like real estate deeds, yeah, expanded money, if you will, generational wealth, old money, buried money, hidden money, okay, all of that stuff. So money, wealth, and resources is going to be highlighted at this time, and again for like the next year and a half or so, um, because we are in the North Node, Aries, South Node, Libra, but that's a whole other conversation. But essentially, with this eclipse, you're going to see money matters being highlighted. Um, are the money decisions practical? Are the money choices practical? Does it make sense? And just make sure that the small choices lead to the big outcome, right? So give yourself grace. If you know that you're not good with money, you can always start today, okay? Read, research, get a handle on what you're doing. What are your spending habits like, right? If you know that you're just spending way too much money, take the time to actually look at your bank statements, print it out, circle, highlight, calculate, okay? Research, what are the auto pay, what are the memberships and subscriptions you have coming out every single month. Research best help strategies. Research, with your bank, with your financial institution, with your credit union, whatever. What are the resources at your disposal? What's available to you? Remember your authority. Remember your power. Okay. Whenever you start to feel powerless or confused, knowledge is power. When you want power, knowledge is power. Get some knowledge, do some research, figure out what your options are, understand what's going on, understand just how bad is it, okay? Before you make any future decisions and stuff, understand what the situation is. Understand if there are deadlines to be concerned about. How much do you need? How much are you lacking? What resources and access to resources could you use to help you out of the situation? Strategize. When you feel like your mind is running around in circles, ground it. Ground the ideas. Again, we're moving from Aries Libra season. So taking the energy from the mind, that cardinal energy that just wants to initiate and just start something new, we're taking that energy and we're grounding it, okay? We're bringing it down to earth, put it on paper, write it out, make it real, okay? When you put it on paper, when you write it down, take it out of your mind, I want you to notice how much easier it is to breathe, how much better it feels when you take that mental anguish and just put it somewhere. Okay, so then you can see just exactly what we're working with. Okay, and the final card we're going to review is the Wheel of Fortune, which is the number 10 card, and it's exactly what it feels like. Spin the wheel. Things can always turn around. Just when you think that the situation is horrible and it's end of the world, get out of your head, put it on paper. What's going on? See what it is. Do your research. Get your knowledge. See what your options are. Because things can always turn around. Even with the clouds of judgment and, the clouds of despair, and you're feeling, oh my gosh, foggy in the mind and confused on what to do, the wheel can always turn around. God, universe, spirit can always turn your situation around, okay? There can always be miracle that just pop up out of nowhere. There can always be earth angels that just show up and do what need to be done so that the world keeps turning, you know what I'm saying? And with the Wheel of Fortune, it does represent all of the fixed signs. Scorpio and Taurus are fixed signs, and they're represented on this card. So it's Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo. It's one from every element: earth, wind, fire, water, and they're represented on this wheel, which is also showing some different symbols and stuff with tarot. But do your own research on the wheel for more information. But essentially, just being reminded that the situation can always change. It can always get better, okay? This is given eclipse energy as well because, again, just like the wheel can turn to make a situation better, more positive, more favorable, the wheel can also turn to where it's slowing things down, where the blessings that are still meant for you, it just may come at a delayed time. It may come with some intervening factors, okay? It may take you off course for a little bit. It may take you off pace for a little bit, off the path that was laid out for you, but eventually you may recalibrate and come back, okay? So, with this card, it's about movement. So, when it comes to your movement, are you moving? Are you moving forward? Are you moving back? Are you regressing? Are you going back to what hurt you? Are you going back to what you prayed yourself out of? Because Scorpio energy, it is about the past. It is about what's hidden. It is about that once upon a time energy and then going back to see what's good, okay? It's that I never stopped loving you type energy. It's that you were my first and my only, and I've never experienced a love like you before. It's that I never told anyone how deeply I felt about you, but I feel it now, and it's that, wow, I didn't see that coming type of energy. So that energy can be positive, favorable, exciting, or it could be shocking and life changing, whatever, depending on what your life is going and the decisions you make. We all have free will. We all have the opportunity to end something and to choose to see the new beginning that could come from that. All endings doesn't have to be sad. All endings doesn't have to be depressing and, pull you to this deep pit of anger, frustration. It always doesn't have to go like that, okay? So don't allow yourself to just fall into those pits to where you feel defeated and powerless, especially when it's because you have other people just feeding you information that's not helping. So give yourself grace, breathe, take an inhale through your nose and exhale. Okay. And just remember that yes, endings may suck. They may come out of nowhere. It may be shocking. It may be surprising, but um, with endings come the opportunity to focus on something else. It's putting a nice little bow on something to say, okay, well now we got closure on that. Now I know what I'm working with that. Now I understand, or I know where I stand with this situation. Now I can move on. Okay, so just take it for what it is, and always remember that you are priority. You can't give what you don't have. And life is going to life. So breathe, take your pause, and make sure that you have a practical plan. Does it make sense? Okay, it's got to make sense to you. Okay, take your time. You don't have to rush it. Any day can be day one. You can always start over. It's never too late. um, just keep showing up. Don't quit. Okay, slow and steady wins the race. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, you can listen to my podcast. I give a weekly energy overview. It is the My Virgo Friend podcast. It's available on Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pandora, TuneIn, Stitcher, anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Please support my podcast. It'll mean the world to me. Again, it's called My Virgo Friend. Again, shout out to the Scorpios. Shout out to the Libras. Shout out to the Libra Scorpio Cuspers. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.